Okay. Thornton's?
No, I'm okay on that.
Oh, okay. All right,
Appreciate
dude.
Yeah. This is a beautiful morning. Did you see President Trump tell the people in Massachusetts? He said they're having a good year. They're having a few good years there.
Oh, okay.
Economically.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
good. He said they're having the best year economically in the whole history of the state.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He said even if you don't like me, you should vote for me. Man,
Yeah, the country needs to be run like a business, dude.
Yeah, because if we don't, we're going to have a welfare state.
Well, they make it into a welfare. That's exactly what
Yeah.
they're doing, dude.
In a lot of countries, God, I can't believe how many poor people there are in this world.
Yes.
Yes. I was watching 700 Club for a couple hours yesterday.
Okay.
And they got this thing they do where they go in big water wells for people who drink really contaminated water.
Okay.
And I can't believe it, man. When you see people drinking out of the same river.
That they wash clothes in?
Yeah, and the animals drink out of.
Oh!
Yeah.
Do you want the window down?
Yeah, I mean, what you got? Yeah, that's fair.
I guess it was somebody must have put it down.
Yeah.
I didn't. Wow, that's horrible, dude.
Yeah. They said, when they show these, you know what though? My sister and I were talking yesterday, and I'm not going to try to badmouth African men,
Yes.
but when they show these poor countries in Africa, it seems like the women are doing all the work.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
I was starting to think that African men needed to step up their game.
Right. Well, they used to be the hunters, and the women stayed home.
It's not like that when they show.
It's not like that no more.
And
You
I
can
don't know
farm
how-
and you can
know,
raise
I
animals
don't know
and
how
stuff.
true the footage is, but it's like, Lord have mercy. What do the men do?
Right. Right.
Then they showed how, like a lot of the tribes in some of these countries, they have to drink cow blood to survive.
What?
Without water. They don't have
Oh.
water. They puncture the cow. They don't kill the cow. Nor do they use it for meat. They just use it in case they. Now,
Really? That's.
you're not supposed to drink. You're not supposed to have the blood of any animal. Even when you cook meat.
Yeah. Okay.
You should soak the blood out. And once again, I base it on Bible authority. He told
Yes.
Noah, "Do not eat the lifeblood of the animals you kill for food." He said, "I give you all the animals for food, but don't eat them. Don't eat it raw.
Right.
Cook it." But I don't know. I love the 700 Club.
Never really watched it.
You should watch it sometimes. Over CBN.com. The news part is the best part of it. They have.
Is it?
They tell more than what the media shows.
Holy crap.
Happened.
He was going so fast, he was not going to be able to stop.
Yeah, good defensive driving.
That's what you got to do, man. I've seen so many people run stop signs, red lights,
Especially this time of the morning.
and it's, what I told you before, there's no cops out, dude.
Yeah, and then people have been drinking.
Yes, this is prime time right now.
Yeah, sure is.
Look, he's fucking flying, dude.
There's no need for that, man. You kill somebody. How do like I said, when people kill people or murder, I don't know how they live with themselves.
I think being so brutally fucked up that you can't do anything is worse than fucking dying.
Yes. Okay, what about that guy that hit that golf cart?
Oh, yes. Killed 2 people, right?
Yeah. And he was drunk, dude.
Okay. Yeah,
And-
there's a lot of that.
Yeah. I mean, he was tore up.
That was the deal that was behind us right there.
Yeah, that person's in a hurry. And now, I'm wondering how he feels now. 2 people are dead.
Sobered up, right? Sobered up.
Yeah, and now you're gonna lose everything.
Yes.
Yes.
Plus. Yes.
Yes. And with all that, this is my thing too.
Okay.
With cabs, Uber, and Lyft, there's no need to drink and drive anymore.
I said the exact same thing. I said these. Yes.
Yeah, that should be obsolete now.
Yes. And
You know.
and I actually take it personal. I think this guy's drunk.
Yeah. Look how you driving.
Yes, but I take like these are my streets, dude. Okay, let's say you're in one of those office buildings downtown, gigantic building. You know, that's where you work. You see people, you know, messing stuff up in the building. That's your building, dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
And these are like my streets.
Exactly. I hear you on that.
There's no reason to be drunk driving. But, you know, after a few drinks, all the rules are out the window. So that's it's ironic.
I got your number. I got Lyft and Uber on my phone now.
Yeah.
There is no excuse. And I got a $50 TARC pass, a 30-day pass. There's no that drinking and driving. It should be a thing of a pass now.
Yes. But you know, every year they add on more rules, more whatever to drunk drivers. You know what I mean? Add on more.
And it still doesn't deter them.
It doesn't. And it's almost like killing people. It does nothing.
Yep.
We talked about that the other day. You know, but you know, the fines are getting higher every year. To add more, I don't know, disincentive. Like, yet all these stupid classes you got to take. I think the worst one is you got to go listen to these people talk about how their 16-year-old kid got killed by a drunk driver. You got to hear that shit.
Yeah, and that would be depressing too.
Yes, I feel bad for the mom because she's probably there every week telling the same story. You know, so she relives it every single time, dude.
Yeah, I believe honestly in my heart that people would be responsible behind, you know, but there's nothing wrong with spending a few extra dollars to get home safe.
There's no comparison, dude.
Yeah.
You know, even like this trip, and there's absolutely no comparison to the consequences of drunk driving.
I think people forget that freedom.
I had this one dude, he said that he woke up and he had no idea why his car was in the front yard.
Wow.
Yes. He don't remember driving, nothing. He don't remember leaving the bar, and then he goes home and his car's in the front yard.
Now see, if he had killed somebody, he wouldn't have remembered.
Right.
Isn't that crazy?
But I did have this guy, he used to call me all the time. He wouldn't pass out, he would black out. Where most people would just totally pass out.
Yeah.
He was still functional. But like, let's say the last 3 hours, dude had no clue. And I'd say stuff to him, and he goes, no, Like, one of the days I'll film you, dude, because you do not pass out. You're still functional.
But you know what, though? The sad thing is, alcohol is the cheapest drug you can get. It is. That's why you see so many homeless guys, and this is what gets me. I see this in the West End all the time. Of Louisville, Kentucky.
Yes.
And these guys have amputations from sugar diabetes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I mean, amputations. Yes. But they will still be sitting in front of the liquor store waiting on a toll.
Okay.
And they buy the cheapest liquor.
Yes.
After you lost your legs, you get cut. I mean, you only got knees. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I just can't believe how powerful alcohol is. Now, I'm not going to judge a drinking person because I am a drinking person. But I sip on a little bit in the evenings and I'm done.
Right.
But I cannot see how a person can drink all day long.
Yes. Some people have to, dude.
Yeah. I don't see how they do it.
I know a guy that the judge told him after his fourth DUI, either stop drinking or you stop driving. So he decided to stop driving. He's a bartender, so he drinks at work and he drinks 24/7. He's a bartender.
If I had a problem with drinking, the last thing I'm going to do is work in a bar.
Yeah. To him, it's not a problem. It's a problem not drinking.
It's almost like alcohol became its god.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
But here, check this out. So there's this dude on YouTube, AJ Miller, okay? Mm-hmm. He talks about how, and this has never, ever occurred to me, and I guarantee you say something to somebody, it never occurred to them either, but people really don't die, okay? Now they have a physical body and you got a spirit body, okay?
Right.
Physical body stops working, but the spirit body is still around. It's a duplicate of the physical body. Okay, and so now they're still the same dimension. You know, okay, check this out. Your body has, you got air, you got water, you got stuff. all occupying the same space, right?
Right.
Cells, physical, all that stuff. Okay, so same thing. They're out there, they're out there and in there, and they have a way of influencing people. So you get some of them, they like to drink. So they would influence like this guy to keep drinking. And there's a lot of people that do not pass out, but black out. Those spirits have taken over the dude's body to keep him drinking because the spirit likes the sensation of the physical body when it's drunk.
I think a lot of it is too, people try to escape reality.
Well, that's how it starts, but it winds up taking over.
Yes.
You know,
Because whatever problem you have is going to be there when you sober
it's
up.
still there.
So you might as well face the problem sober-minded
Yes.
and deal with it through, I say prayer. A lot of times when I feel like I got something that's heavy on my mind and it's kind of disturbing me, I pray to a real God.
Yes.
And
Well,
somehow I feel better, even if my faith is weak, somehow the prayer makes me feel better. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like
Right.
I know maybe.
Well, you let God enter into your being.
Exactly.
That's what makes you feel good.
Makes you feel good.
Yes, that's the real happiness right there. But
Yeah.
people are trained to block off, but okay, here's this thing, and it's way, way, way back in there. Okay, the God, spirit of God, the energy of God is way, 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 way back in there. We don't even notice it.
Right.
Okay, but it's still in there. Okay, every once in a while, it kind of like bubbles to the surface. And then people kind of, oh, this is pretty good. Especially after they're drinking or having a good time, it kind of bubbles to the surface, but it's still there.
It's still there.
Yes. Now, if they would pay attention to it and allow it to, it's a hard, I say take over the being, but that's kind of a hard way to put it, to be part of your life, you know what I mean?
Right.
But see, and to me, when they distorted it, when they said to let Jesus enter, well, no. You have to let God enter, not Jesus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because the Father told his disciples, the Son of God told his disciples, my Father will send you a comforter.
Yes.
He didn't say, I will send you a comforter.
Right. That's the mistake right there.
Mm-hmm. He said, my Father, and the comforter is the Holy Spirit.
Right. Perfect. It is.
Yeah.
It is the comforter. Right.
Well, see, what happens is, now this is what I told a friend the other day. I said, and he and I both agreed. I said, God made man, but man made religion.
Yes.
Organized religion has distorted the word of God.
Perfect.
It has. It
Yes.
really has it. Because they turning religion into a multi-billion-dollar organization.
Right.
But Christ never took a dime.
Yes.
He never took a
Right.
cent for Matter of fact, most of the disciples, when they would hit a town, they would pick up jobs.
Oh.
Yeah, they did. Oh, it talks about it. Paul was a tent maker.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Peter and them, they didn't just go to these places and pick up side work and help,
Oh, yeah. They talk about mending nets too. Mending
Yeah.
nets.
These guys were, and but now that your modern day minister, how do you take money for something that was paid for by the blood of the Lamb?
Right. He's like a
He said, I
business.
come to give you the gift of the water of life freely.
Correct.
So why are you putting a tax on it?
Yes.
On something that was given to me freely. And everybody has ability to study the word on their own. Now I admit fellowship is good, but why do I need some guy? Most preachers can take one scripture and give you an hour sermon on one scripture. You know how long it takes to read the Bible or listen to it?
I don't know.
I do know. I did the experiment. I bought the Bible on CD.
Okay.
It takes 72 hours to listen to it.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, exactly 72 hours.
Wow.
Remember, I played it for the whole weekend, the CD from Genesis to Revelation. I wake up, fall asleep, go to bed, it still be gone, wake up to it. It took exactly 72 hours.
Wow.
So most people who go to church regularly, and that's all the Bible they get, they're so far behind on their studies on something that only takes 72 hours to listen to on CD. Yeah.
Is it right?
No, it's
No.
the next one. You'll see.
Okay. So here, these politicians, they're going, here, let me do this for you. Okay. And it seems like the priest is doing the same thing. Let me do this for you.
Yeah.
Give me money and I'll do this for you.
No, you're
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're almost there.
But you can't, they have to do it for themselves. You can't have somebody do it for you.
Yeah. I like what you said the other day. You gotta teach a person how to fish.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, they don't know. Why do I keep? Okay. Did I pass it?
I don't think so. It's
I
right
know
here.
to me it wasn't obvious.
Yeah, right.
So you got these signs and stuff right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll start looking for the fire hydrant. But yeah, you gotta teach a person how to fish.
Yes,
man.
they need to learn how. So this dude's begging. That's not fishing.
No.
Okay. I many years ago, I ended up on the street totally by accident, and it might have been a lesson or something like that,
Yes.
And I was able to go to Labor Ready,
I've been there before when I was in my 20s.
And about the third day being there, I hooked up with this dude, and he was going to renovate these apartments. It was going to take a year to renovate 9 apartments, And he liked the way I worked and everything, and he said that, he goes, I'm going to start you at $8 an hour, and if you do good, I'll put you up to $10 an hour. All right.
Right.
So even from the first day, man, no matter what he taught, I busted it. Go get the ladder, dude. It was there in seconds. I got the ladder. No matter what, I was jumping on it. And then come payday, it was a Friday. Him and his wife, she worked there too. Handed me a check and an envelope, and he said, "I like the way you work. Tell me all this good stuff." And he says, "He goes, I've been paying you $10 an hour from the first day."
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
And then he said, okay, he's got a time schedule in all these apartments. I don't remember. I'm just going to just fake because I don't exactly remember. But,
Yeah.
But, okay, let's say in 2 weeks, if this apartment is done in 2 weeks, I'll give you a $50 bonus. Okay. And then the next apartment. And so that we did it. Might have even done it early. Then we go to the next one. He says, if we get this one done, I think he kept shortening the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From 10 days to 7 days, right? Okay, if you get that done in 7 days, I'll give you a $100 bonus. And
The shortening of the time seemed like it was paying off for you.
it was like, and I learned a lot too, man. He knew everything. He knew, air conditioning, plumbing. He knew everything. And so it was like a horseshoe. There was like 3, 3, and 3, and then all the way around was the plumbing. It was super old complex. So we replaced every single pipe in that complex. All electricity. And none of them had air conditioning. So we put all new HVAC with ducting. All he knew. So he told me how to weld, all that stuff. And the last bonus check was bigger than the actual check.
See, now that's fishing.
Yes.
Right.
In 8 months, I'd save $5,000 working with that dude in 8 months.
Wow.
We worked 4 10s. We had 3 days off, and it took about a week to, I would just say, get used to it. But it was great, man, because like we had Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. Come Sunday, I'm like, I'm so glad we had Monday off. It was like a vacation, dude.
That's a blessing.
And then after a while, that 10 hours was no big deal. Especially in summer, it was sunny all the time.
I was blessed in my youth too my people at here, even where I'm at work, where I'm getting ready to work right now, they said they call me 55. That's my nickname here.
Wow, what does that mean?
Because I always say I'm 55 and I'm still alive.
Oh, okay.
And they liked where they said, man, you got a good work ethic. But my dad, and I loved him. We became friends before he died.
Oh, okay.
And his brother, and a lot of the men in my family chose not to work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my dad, he got the military. He didn't do anything. He just drew his little military check. And he got a what they call medical discharge.
Okay.
Where he got pay raises regularly as the government gave military pay raises. But we suffered as children.
Okay.
Because we had a non-working dad.
I see.
Yeah. And we were always he was always getting charity from the Catholic Church. And I mean, it was rough growing up. Poor.
Okay, yes.
But then by the grace of God, I was able to, my grandmother moved into the projects where we were living and became our guardians. And she made a deal with me and my older sister that we work and help her out. We could have a decent life because she was a school teacher.
Okay.
But she had her own bills too.
Yes.
She had a house. She moved out of her house into the projects.
Oh.
4 years. And I worked all through high school,
Yeah.
and I was able to have the same nice things my peers had. Bought my first car when I was 16. Drove to school my whole senior year. And she said, if you're gonna play one sport, pick one sport. I chose football because I liked it, and we only had 10 games a year unless we went to the playoffs. That way, it wouldn't interfere with my work.
Yes.
And I've been working ever since. I haven't had. I can't remember in my life where I've had unemployment time. I think I had like a month when I was living out in Phoenix.
I see.
And I had some money saved, and I was like in between jobs, so I just took it easy. But other than that, I've been pretty much going at it all you know. Now, I don't see this place here as being my future.
Okay.
But right now, the paying bad. They're giving away overtime, and it's a great work atmosphere.
It is. Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing I think is important. I think when you take a job, the work atmosphere to me is important. If you're working with people with good attitudes, and you know, it makes it less stress. I had a job once where the guy yelled all the time.
Oh.
In construction foremen, because I'm a concrete man by trade, but I just can't do it every day anymore. But when it turns off the crew, you got somebody. Ah!
Correct.
Yeah. The good book says soft words turn away anger. If you talk to a person, you compliment them every now and then,
yes.
You get more out of them than you will if you're yelling and screaming.
Yes.
Yeah. And these guys in here, they're a pretty good group, I have to say. Parallel Products, they have a good attitude here.
Well, I first started driving cab in Reno, Nevada.
Did you?
And that was back, let's say 2000. It was probably 2000. That's back. It was booming, dude. If there was a piece of dirt, they're building something on it. And the streets were consistently full of people all year round.
Is that right?
Yes. And there was like 27 casinos, something like that, downtown.
This is Nevada, right?
And yes, it's right on the California border.
Okay.
The northern California border. Like, if you went straight across, you'd be in San Francisco in 4 hours.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Yeah, you know, like San Francisco, California looks like a sock, right?
Yeah.
On the one end makes that sharp bend.
That's where it meets.
That's Lake Tahoe. Right in the middle, that's Tahoe, and Reno's like right here.
Okay.
So this is all desert. Reno's here. This is all green. It's like to me, it was like perfect. It had best of everything. Yeah, and it was 24 hours. I mean, sometimes you go to a casino, there's so many people, they're actually standing in line to be at the 21 tables, dude.
Wow.
Yes. It was unbelievable.
You know, I never got into gambling.
But now it's a ghost town, dude. Almost all the casinos are closed.
What? What happened?
Well, the housing boom busted in the 2000s, right? Which made everybody. I was an electrician at the time. The news come up and said that day, 3,500 people lost their job out of a population of 350,000.
Wow.
So all the trades were gone, dude. And my friend was a plumber. His dad was the city inspector, and his mom was his secretary. All those people, like 20 years, gone. No more jobs. And so I got into a hotel, and within a short time, that thing went out of business. But a friend of mine was driving a cab, and he's telling me all these stories. I go, "You're a fucking liar. There's no way, right?" He's telling me all this stuff. So I had let me just try it. So he turned me on to it, and it was true. Everything he said was fucking true, dude. It was crazy. Okay, the biggest draw, there was a casino, a brothel was 15 miles outside of town, and they kicked you back 20% of whatever these guys spent. Yes, and average, these guys were spending between $3,500 and $5,000. They were spending. So they'll call you up. They put an armband. I take you over. They put the armband with my phone number and your name, you know. And then when you're done, they call me. Hey, pick up Chris and your $700 kickback for a 15-minute drive.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was $100 round trip. Took 15 minutes one way. Yeah, I would make like $200 on the streets. And sometimes it'd be like 3 times in one night. I go, you know, the biggest one was $1,400 was my biggest kickback.
How's the cab business here in Louisville?
Not so good. if Uber wasn't here, it would be good.
Uber's hurting.
Yes, and okay. To me, it's very similar to Austin. Austin before Uber came was unbelievable, except for summertime, and this is very similar. Summertime, there's about a quarter of the business than there is normally, right?
Right.
But like in, let's go back to Austin for a second. It would be like literally, I'll drop you off, and within 2 or 3 minutes, I already got another trip. Like it come up on the screen.
Wow.
Yeah. Then drop those people off, and boom, here's another trip. 24 hours for 8 months.
Wow.
It was unbelievable, dude. And most of the time, I could do 3.5 trips in an hour at an average of $10 a trip. Of course, sometimes you get a $30, $40, $50 trip.
It's like $30 an hour.
$30, $35 an hour. And most of that was cash. It was like getting paid every day, dude.
Man.
And then at night, it was fun, man. People were having fun. Almost every single person had some kind of drug. Everybody had weed to begin with, right? And I'd drop them. Hey, why don't you come on in and do a couple bong loads? All right, go and hit some weed with these guys. They either give me a joint or take the cellophane off the cigarette pack.
Yeah, that's
here, take that with you. But I'd have like an eighth by the end of the night, right?
Yeah.
And usually my days off, I'd have like a full quarter on my 2 days off.
That's in Austin.
Right? That was in Reno.
Reno, wow.
And that probably lasted about 5 years, dude. I was high every single day.
What made you come to Louisville?
I had a friend of mine that lives here, and his daughter just moved out, and he said that, there's a room available if you want it, and he goes, I won't even charge you rent till you start making money, because Uber came into Austin, and I went from making $300 a day to like $40 a day.
Wow.
I'd walk out the door knowing I'm going to make $300, but I'd push it to make, $350, $375. But I knew I was going to make $300, right? And that went on maybe 3 years solid. And
but Uber hurt the cab company that bad?
Well, okay, it's a young population over there, right?
Yeah.
And it came up on the news, and it said it was a Wednesday. Official start day for Uber, 5 a.m. on that particular Wednesday. Made $40 that day.
This is real history here. I can't believe it.
Yes. And when my bread and butter was being downtown and people waving at you. We call them wavers or flags, right?
Yeah, hell in the cab.
Yeah. And those it was very similar to this downtown with all the different hotels and places to go, right? So you might cruise by a hotel and somebody's waving at you. Be it a bellman, somebody's waving at you. Take them and they're apologizing. I'm sorry, I'm only going to the Omni. I know it's only a few bucks, whatever. $10.
Wow.
All right. They get out. Here comes somebody running over. Hey, all right, cool. Another hotel. Same thing. They're all like $3 or $4. But everybody's giving me $10 cash, right? No matter what, people's waving at you, man. It was amazing.
So Uber really hurt the cab companies.
They ruined the cab company. Ruined it.
Wow.
Yes. Here, they've taken about 30%. There, it was more like 80%. Because pretty soon, dude, you didn't see no waivers. You saw people on the phone looking down the street, looking for a license.
Uber.
Well, they're looking for, they give you a car description, the license plate, and so that's what they're looking for. The guy's picture, all the stuff. They're looking down the street, looking at the phone, but they're not waving.
Man, this is real history. I didn't know that Uber, and I guess Lyft didn't help any either.
Right. They both. But it's because
people driving their personal vehicles too.
Yes, it was a very young population, especially in Austin, right?
Yeah. College
town, and then of course the other people, and then the cab drivers they're fucking idiots. They never. A lot of the dudes were from Africa or Middle Eastern. They never showered. They probably wore the same clothes for like months. They stunk like hell.
That's why I don't use 777 anymore. The cab company, local cab company here.
Yes.
The African guys stink so freaking bad. It's like, dude, have you ever heard of a shower?
They know nothing.
And
about
I'm not
that.
being stereotype either.
No, it's true.
This is a fact.
Yes.
Every time I call 777, right here at the local cab company, they send an African.
Taxi 7, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you get in the cab, it's like, oh my God.
Right.
Dude,
And
do you know about bathing?
And they sleep in the car.
They
do. A lot of them do that because they're out there. Let's say on a busy weekend, they'll be out there for 36 hours nonstop. They might pull off somewhere, sleep for 3 or 4 hours, and they're back at it. You know, so all that stuff is filling the car.
Yeah.
And now it's into all the fabrics and everything. And then when Uber came, the people loved it because they didn't like the African dudes. They're all white people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They didn't like them. Like I said, the cars motherfucking stunk. They're always trying to cheat them. So Uber was like the gift to all these people. So I had to jump over because I wasn't making no money. I did that for like a month, and now I was back to making $300 again.
Doing Uber.
With Uber, right? Because cab was $250 a mile. Uber was $240 a mile.
Why did you give up Uber?
Because they dropped the price to 80 cents a mile.
Oh.
Yeah, they called it a race to the bottom. Lyft came in with the lower price. Uber started dropping. I think 80 cents was like a break-in, was like a break-even point. You know, so now I'm making $300 a day, back to $40 a day again. And everything, gas was the same. Everything was the same. The hours, nothing changed except the money was a third of what
See,
it used to be.
I went through a similar circumstance just like that. I was married to my son's mother, and we ran a small business together, concrete construction. And some weeks, no lie, I was clearing after payroll, expenses, overhead, $5,000 a week.
Wow.
And just me and a handful of guys, you know, doing our thing. But concrete then was like, you could get it for $6, $7 a square foot. And that's with the customer paying for the concrete. Now, here comes our Latinos from across the border. A lot of them illegals. And a lot of young white guys. And every Tom, Dick, and Harry that bought a freaking Bobcat, a skid loader, and a pickup truck thought they could do a concrete work. Prices went from $6, $7 a square foot to like maybe 50, 60 cents a square
No
foot.
way.
Yes, it did.
Oh.
Ruined the concrete business.
Ruined it. Right,
Ruined it.
absolutely.
Ruined it.
Right.
If you, like right now, most businesses, if they're not doing large projects, state and federal government projects, they're not making hardly any money. I had a good friend. I worked for them. A guy named Kevin, and Kevin Howard. He was a young guy. Because his dad was in it, and his dad gave him and his son both their own business, and I stayed on with them. And me and Kevin talked about it one day. He said it's just too much work for a little bit of return.
Yes.
Yes, the prices fell out. I mean, these guys were doing floors, 10,000 square foot floors, only getting about 80 cents a square foot.
Oh my God, dude.
And then the union, the finishers union, dictated what you had to pay these guys. So it wasn't really much profit left in it. A lot of small concrete companies like me, my buddy Lionel, Triangle, Stanley, all of them, they just gave it up. It just wasn't.
You couldn't do it.
Yeah, unless you're working for some I spent 7 years working for a company called Seven Seas Construction. Really good outfit, but we were always on state and federal jobs, and that's how he was able to make money under MAG.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Prevailing wage.
Prevailing wage project. I never saw my regular pay.
Yes.
But it's no money in residential concrete because, like I said, everybody that bought a skid loader and a pickup truck, and a lot of the work they did was terrible.
Correct.
You know,
shoddy.
Yeah. As a matter of fact,
which could be dangerous too.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Home Advisors called me about a month ago. You probably heard of them, Home Advisor.
Yes.
They said that when I was in business, I had a 100% approval rating, and they with the Better Business Bureau, and from customers, because that's how they found out about me, was from former customers. And they said, can we advise you to people in your area? That's why I'm not in business anymore right now. And they said, if you ever decide to go back in business again, let us know.
Yes.
And then they said that, they said something else too. Oh, I said, weren't you all like Angie's List? They said, we bought out Angie's List.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I might try a little something, like, if I stay here long enough and put down a really decent pickup truck, pick up a few really decent tools, I might try some small stuff where I can take one guy part-time, do little repair jobs and things. But as far as having like the way I used to do it, because I used to have all my guys on prevailing wage projects too. Like I said, the prices dropped out. I mean, they built all them homes in the East End. And I did a lot of road work. Because I very seldom did residential. When I did do it, it was for good money because it was removal and replacement.
Oh.
There's good money. There's no money in new residential.
Okay.
Because you're working for a home builder, and he's getting so much a square foot, and then he wants to chop you off 80 cents.
Yes.
You know, and like
Yes.
well, he's probably getting $7-8 a square foot.
Oh my God.
But he'll buy the concrete for you, but only give you maybe 80 cents.
Oh my God.
And you got to try to pour a driveway, a garage floor, a back patio, and all that in one day, and some of it ain't gonna turn out right.
Right.
You know,
Going too fast.
yeah. And
Holy crap.
But I made money on residential. It would be like someone had a driveway built by a home builder, say 10 years ago. The driveway's already cracking up.
Yeah.
Then I could charge for the removal.
The removal.
And it's a lot more money in it.
Right.
Exactly.
Because see, now people are used to those prices. You know, instead of $7 or $8, now you're used to 60 cents, 50 cents. Cabs the same way.
Yeah.
You know, and they're fun. Like, I've been keeping track of all that on YouTube, and they both went public. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they went public, and they were they had a set price. Okay, for instance, Lyft did it first. I think Lyft started at $67 a share. By the end of the day, it was like $42 a share.
Whoa.
It hasn't gone much higher than $40. It's been since January. And then Uber came in the next month. They did the same thing. I think they started. Lyft started at 74. Uber started at 62. By the end of the day, Uber was down to $38. They haven't gotten much more than 30. Yeah, they're losing. They were losing over check this out. They were losing over $1 billion every 3 months. Losing $1 billion every 3 months. Last month, they lost last 3 months, $5 billion. Uber lost $5 billion in 3 months.
Man, that hurt the cab company.
And ruined the cab company. And they're not making money, and they're stopping us from making money. You see all these dudes running around, and they're basically making $3 a trip, where I was averaging $10 a trip. They're basically making. That's why I had to leave, dude. It was like, all right, cool. I was back to making $300. Okay. And then, and slowly, I'm down to $40 again. I go, what the fuck is this?
That's hard to live on $40 a day.
Dude, it's basically $300 a week. Check this out. LA, it's been almost 2 months now. LA dropped down to 60 cents a mile, dude.
What?
Yes.
In
Uber.
Los Angeles?
Yes. The bad part about LA is that if I'm going to pick you up, it might take 15, 20 minutes to go pick you up. But then you're only basically going down the street. Because they did this thing where if it's under 3 miles, they're charging $5. And the driver gets $3.02 to add that $5. It might take 25 minutes to do your trip, and I'm making $3.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And now gas, you're pushing $3, stuff like that. It's almost as though every trip you're using $1 worth of gas. So they're making $2.
It's a shame that guys like us almost have to work around the clock to earn a living. But I know that if I want more, I have got to do something on the side.
Right.
And I don't mind, but
I was going to show you because I saved all these things on my phone about making money online. I got like 3 pages.